Coaching at an HBCU means everything. Coaching at an HBCU that I attended means more than everything.
Tradition, black excellence.
History. For us and for me, it's about history. Really, it was just the culture and the family to walk the streets of D.C. and to see people talk about the Howard-Hampton rivalry.
It's a rivalry that's been there for a while, so everybody has their deep feelings about it.
Our biggest rival is North Carolina Central.
It's very important to come out on top of that school down in Durham.
I'd be lying if I said it was just another game.
NC Central's biggest in-state rival is North Carolina A&T.
We right down the street from each other.
It's unlike any energy that you'll find in any arena.
The HBCU Showcase on CBS. Let's go!
It's college basketball on CBS Sports. Game 1 of the CBS Sports Classic HBCU Showcase. North Carolina Central taking on North Carolina A&T here at Corbett Sports Center in Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome in Jordan Kent alongside Chris Walker. We've got part 2 of our doubleheader, Howard versus Hampton, a little bit later today. But Chris, let's focus on the 161st meeting of the Eagle Aggie Classic. This is a rivalry. We have felt it talking to everybody this week. Why does this game mean so much to both these teams here today?
Listen, it's the family feud. You already see the atmosphere right now. Everybody's ready to go. I remember as a player and a coach in the Big East going against Georgetown and Syracuse, that game was always scheduled on the calendar. And trust me, this was going to be a good one today.
Let's get to our AT&T fast analysis, and we start with one of the sharpshooters for the Aggies, Landon Glassford.
I mean, this kid is a stat sheet stuffer. He can score with the best of a lucid, aggressive. You have to guard him at all time. Parking lot when he walks in the gym. That's the kind of range he has. And po' boy King, this king is the king of making baskets. He can score with the best of them. Mr. Reliable. Coach Moat's going to need him to get off to a good start. They're going to have a chance with this ruckus crowd today.
It's a rivalry that divides families, less than 60 miles between both these schools. When we come back, we'll get a chance to meet the coaches as we set the table for Game 1 of the CBS Sports Classic HBCU Showcase. HBCU Showcase. CBS Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by Buick. Jersey Mike Subs, be a sub above. And by AT&T, connecting changes everything. A cool, drizzly day on the campus of North Carolina A&T as we get set for tip-off between the Aggies and Eagles. Starting lineups here, presented by State Farm. Looking at North Carolina Central, keep an eye on Isaac Parson. Does a wonderful job of setting up the offense. And then for the Aggies, Nikos Hidakudis, number 16. They're going to look to run the offense through him, as North Carolina A&T is trying to shed off a couple of injuries in the early going here. You look at the sidelines for this game. North Carolina Central, led by one of their finest players in school history, Lavelle Moten, in his 16th season. Two-time MEAC Coach of the Year, 4-time MEAC Conference champions. He's been to the NCAA tournament 4 times as well. This match of so many rivalries that we've talked about between these schools, these family members, a house divided, certainly brings a lot of excitement into this game. You see the overall record for Coach Moten, 270 wins, the winningest coach all time in North Carolina Central history. Talked about just finding his roots here at this school, what it means for him to raise his family. For more on the other sideline, let's send it to the third member of our team, Kiana Martin.
Coach, we talked pregame just about how physical you want to see your guys play. What is the key to getting this victory over the Eagles today?
Well, we have to be physical, and we have to fight on every single possession. I think if we're able to get on the backboard, guard their action, then we give ourselves a great chance to win the ball game.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kiana and Chris. We were talking to Monte Ross yesterday. He stressed the way that they can defend the pick and roll action. North Carolina Central wants you to defend it a certain way to give them some open looks.
Yeah, he did, and he talked about it at length. They're going to do a couple of different things and give them a different looks. But because I'll tell you this, with Poor Boy King and some of the other cast of characters out there that North Carolina Central have, they can score the basketball. One of the best scoring teams that Lavelle Moulton has had since he's been at Central.
It's Kelechi Okwago for the tip alongside Hida Kudus, and the tip goes to the Aggies as we begin the 161st meeting of the Eagle Aggie Classic. It's Landon Glasper that'll dish it off here to Jonathan Lamoth to initiate the offense.
And we'll see if they're going to run that offense through Hida Kudus. I mean, he is a special player. Keep your eyes on him. Very versatile in the post.
8 to shoot, poked away deep in the backcourt. 5 seconds to work with here. Glasper's going to have to hustle. Glasper through a triple team, tries to go off the window. No good.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Coach Ross was talking about. Maybe should have dished that off, advanced the ball, give someone else a chance. But nevertheless, good defense there by Central.
Possible travel for Parson on the other end, but either way, North Carolina Central begins their first offensive possession.
Their reads and ball screens, they do a really good job of finding King, especially.
Okwago on the low post, picks up the dribble, 3 to shoot, the cut on Parson. Parson fouled and gets the bucket.
Now you see Parson giving the and one, give me my bonus, and that's what he's really good at, cutting out the basketball. And if he does get into the crease, he can shoot those little floaters. You see right here again, just getting to the rim. Johnson said, I didn't try to foul him, but yeah, you did. Get to the rim and finish.
Isaac Parson,
to get that.
The redshirt senior out of Kinston, North Carolina. He had some tip to the bill there for the early three-point play. Kinston, a small town that has produced a lot of talented players, including Jerry Stackhouse in state.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those kids who's benefited from the portal. It's been around Winston-Salem State, and there it is, a nice little miss there. But you know what's good? The ball is moving for the Aggies, and that's what Coach Ross wants. Get the ball from one side of the floor to the other.
Offensively, NC Central going to run a lot of sets. When we talked to the Aggies coaches, they said we have to defend for the entire shot clock. Okwago, long 3, flanks off the backboard, and here come the Aggies down the floor.
Keep your eyes on this gentleman right here. I call him Forest Fire. When he gets going, he's tough. Ryan Forrest missed there, though.
Can't ignite on his first shot.
You mentioned the discipline of North Carolina Central. Very well coached. They're going to run their stuff. You see a nice little cut there. They move the basketball.
You see the ball movement leads to a simple 2 down low. Perry Smith with his first bucket.
And that's what they do. And look for Perry Smith and look for them to find him early and often to go over that left shoulder, get to the dunker spot, particularly on the offensive glass, cleaning up on missed shots.
Still looking for their first hoop. Hida Kudus trying to fight for the offensive rebound. Aggies control. Back up top, Glasper. Pop-a shot is good.
And that's what Coach Ross wants. Kick the ball out. Let's move the basketball. Share the basketball. One of the lowest assist teams in the country. Something that's contributed to their woes. Looks like right now they're playing a little bit differently than they've done before.
On the other end, NC Central second in the MEAC at just over 15 assists per game. King curling, catching, firing, and that's going to be an offensive foul on the illegal screen. Going to be whistled there against Perry Smith, his first foul.
Landon Glasper doing a tremendous job of getting to the rim. 2-foot jump stop. When he plays with pace and plays under control, right? He's a volume shooter, which is something they have to work on. One of the most volume shooting guards in the country. He plays the right way. He's a tough guard.
Both Glasper and Forrest combined for 49 shot attempts in their loss at Arkansas. Hida Kudus trying to fight through the contact, gets it ripped away by Smith.
Keep looking at that matchup. They're going to keep going to Hida Kudus. He is certainly gifted inside, but great defense there by North Carolina Central.
Parson, every possession, trying to race it down the floor, sets up the offense. Ball continues to whip around. Floyd Rideau steps into the jumper, in and out. Itakutis with another board.
I like that action off the dribble handoff. Rideau uses a three-point shooter.
Glasper from outside, knocks it down.
Well, there's something about playing the right way. Driving into the teeth of the defense, kicking to an open shooter like Glasper. Playing the right way leads to positive things.
Glasper with all 5 points for North Carolina A&T. Smith down low, faces up.
Good matchup here. Good shot block.
Shoulder into Itakutis. Jump hook rolls out.
No, good job. No, good defense there by Itakutis. Not fouling. Because, you know, once Perry Smith Jr. gets it down there, you can forget about it. He usually scores. Straight back.
Forrest with the lay-in. Backdoor cut executed to perfection. NC A&T takes their first lead of the game.
Yeah, definitely got to read the scouting report. That's something that Forrest loves to do anytime you're trying to deny him, because he's an elite scorer. He's going to back cut you.
Parson, the drive, Shell knocked down, gets cracked on the floor, and another offensive foul against NC Central. We'll step aside for a moment, but at this time, we at CBS Sports are grieving the loss of our beloved colleague, friend, and legendary broadcaster, Greg Gumbel. A historic career of more than 50 years, Greg brought life to a multitude of HBCU showcase. North Carolina A&T with a 2-point advantage over NC Central. 15:25 left here in the first half. And prior to going to break there, Chris, obviously the very sad news of HBCU showcase. North Carolina A&T with a 2-point advantage over NC Central. 15:25 left here in the first half. And prior to going to break there, Chris, obviously the very sad news of Greg Gumbel passing away yesterday, and just had me reflecting on the fact those March Madness tournament announcement shows, and all the years my dad was a coach at Oregon at St. Mary's, the joy you felt when you would hear Greg announce your school and the seating and the excitement. It was synonymous with such a special time and just one of the many roles that he excelled in.
That certainly, and you know, you talk about guys like ourselves sitting here right now, a pioneer, you know, a trailblazer in the business. We get to do something special right now. Certainly he will be missed. And I remember his brother, those guys were dominating Greg Gumbel. You're watching both those guys, and I'm like, man, one day I can do that. And then look at ourselves right now, having an opportunity to be on broadcast CBS. Certainly shout out to CBS for giving us this opportunity, and also giving Greg the opportunity to bless us with his amazing talent for so many years.
Well said, and Ryan Forrest with an amazing talent as he's able to get the and-one opportunity. North Carolina A&T started 0 for 6, but since then 4 for their last 5. 3-point play is good, and Forrest now with 5 points. And when you've got Forrest and Glasper already playing this efficient here, Chris, that could be trouble for NC Central.
It certainly can, and that's something they've been looking for. We got here early yesterday. You remember the long talk that Coach Monte Ross had trying to get his group to understand it. Oh, my God, how about that one?
Ends a 10-0 run for North Carolina A&T, and racing right back down the other way is Glasper, and he's fouled, and that's the theme. They're going to attack the cup and try and put some pressure on the NC Central defense.
They certainly are, and I'll tell you this, Murray with the nice hook, nice little hook. We can't look past that to the left. Certainly inside, you see him going there. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, this is going to be an exciting game. They're going back and forth, and North Carolina Central is a team that has had a decent year thus far this season. But you know what? I'll tell you, the Aggies, they have played well and been in some tight games. This is going to be a good one.
Second free throw attempt for Glasper is good. In fact, Glasper and Forrest have all 12 points for North Carolina A&T. Obviously, they both average under 19 points per game. They are the primary focal points on offense. They've helped the Aggies get off to a nice start. Here's King. Offensive rebound right back to the Eagles. King jumps it off down low. One pass too many, possibly. Parson up top, rattles it home.
You know, this is great basketball by both teams. King, obviously, their primary scorer, dropping in a dime, and Parsons obviously being a beneficiary of getting a shot. But you mentioned Glasper. And as far as taking all their shots and making all their shots, they're playing the right way, so it looks right. Look at the hustle.
Active hands by King. He gets the loose ball. King up and under goes Glass.
Such a gifted score, and nothing sexy about it, just Swiss Army knife scores in an array of different ways.
Jalil Mackay, corner three, instant dividends off the bench.
Well, he has been struggling from three as of late, so that's a welcome sight. A gentleman who can knock down 5 triples in the game. You got to find him if you're going to press.
Mackay was scoreless in 4 out of his last 6 games, had 9 points last game against Arkansas. They love anything he can contribute. Parson nearly turns it over, 10 to shoot. They're going to call it a double dribble. Possession, North Carolina A&T. CBS has a new way to ring in the new year. It's Nashville's Big Bash Live. Join host Keith Urban for Nashville's Big Bash Live, CBS New Year's Eve, and streaming on Paramount Plus. Are you able to stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve?
I can do that. You know, I put together some toys for Christmas, so I think I can stay up.
I was about to say, you're up well past midnight for that, my friend. I know me with 4 young kids, I'm out at 10 p.m.
I still got a little stamina.
Itakuda spin move, kicks it to the corner. Glasper step back, just rolls out.
I still, again, like the flow of the offense. Itakuda with the spin move, keep your eye on that. With a driving kick operation pass to Glasper for the miss.
Murray, no good. Got the dish from Deontay Johnson stepping onto the floor. Anthony Peoples also in the game for NC Central, as they will play about 10 players deep. Forrest sees 2 defenders. Mackay steps up, another 3. Itakuda wrestles it away, and then he is sent to the floor, so the hustle is rewarded by generating the foul.
He averages 8 rebounds a game, almost 10 rebounds the last 5 games. That shows you how active he is. You see right there, no way to box him out by putting your hands on him. He has a nose for the basketball. Really like watching him, a very talented player for sure.
Fouls on Keyshawn Porter. It's the 5th team foul for NC Central. See the active double team on Forrest, dishes it. Jonathan Lamoth, no good from up top. Johnson with the board as he sprints down the court. Johnson going to keep it himself, dips it off to Murray. Murray, the tough finish.
That's what Deontay Johnson, he can skip the ball up and down the floor in a hurry, in attack mode, dropping a dime.
Johnson, an excellent job of protecting the basketball, and then you see Glasper chopped at. So he was fighting his way to the cup. That'll bounce out of bounds. It'll be Aggies ball.
Both these coaches are very intense. You see Murray there. Mackay, no chance of stopping him. Does a better job in transition defense of building a wall and slowing down Johnson, because he gets downhill, tough to stop.
Itakuda tries to dump it off for Glasper. 10 to shoot.
Yeah, I thought they had a double dribble there. People stepping out on the ball screen.
Mackay, nice move, can't get the finish. Physical battle for the ball. Ends up in the hands of Johnson. Johnson stepping on the gas, right to the cup and rolls it in.
As I said, he tilts the floor downhill. He gets going. He's a tank. Physical, getting into the lane, hard to defend.
Forrest right back the other way. Forces one over 2 defenders. Foul on the floor against Itakuda. And we'll step aside for a moment, but the pace is quickening here in Greensboro as the Eagle Aggie Classic off to a fast start. You know what's better? 15. But how about the heavy load already carried by Forrest and Glasper? They've got 12 of the 15 for North Carolina A&T.
But it looks the right way, Jordan. You know, the ball's being distributed. They're sharing the basketball. They're getting good looks. So everyone feels better, and it looks better.
You pointed out sharing the basketball. 5 field goals, 5 assists for the Aggies. Pass might have been deflected. It is saved, bobbled around.
I was worried about you, brother.
Oh, you got nothing to trip about. You don't have to worry about a thing. The mitts still work here on the sideline. I've got you.
You have Perry Smith coming. I don't know about that.
Stratos Kaliansis in the game for the Aggies. Ball deflected out of bounds. It appears to be North Carolina A&T's possession with 7 seconds left on the baseline here.
Look for some handoff situations coming. Out of bounds. There it is right there, that handoff.
Trying to hand it off to Glasper, gets interrupted. How about the ball handling gets tripped up with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. You mentioned the 161st meeting today. North Carolina A&T leads the series by a narrow margin, 84-76. In the last 4 games decided by just 1.8 points per game. It is trending that direction already here in about the first 9 minutes of action.
That is a lot of games.
It's a lot of basketball, yes.
161. We had a great time visiting with LaVelle Moulton and obviously talking to Coach Ross yesterday. And these guys understand the importance of this rivalry. Obviously a little different because A&T is in the CAA, but still the people in the community, as you can see, it's not just people that went to school here. There's people from Greensboro here, and Raleigh, and they all know what this rivalry has meant, what it means today, and what it's meant in the past.
Even at dinner last night, people were coming by the table. You had a friend that had a MEAC sweatshirt on, talked about their allegiances, made sure we were on the right side here. And after the 2 free throws from Glasper, North Carolina A&T takes the lead. Johnson, strong take to the cup. And already what you're seeing here, Chris, some very difficult players to defend, how well they can get to the rim.
And that's what they do best, getting downhill. They do a tremendous job. And you see right there, just Johnson so physical. That's what he does. He'll post you up as well with those shoulders.
Foul was on Jonathan Lamoth as Deontay Johnson. It's the first free throw. They call him a heady guard. Played at the MEAC last year. Transferred from Maryland Eastern Shore. And he's done a better job of improving his shooting year after year. They just love, again, he's another facilitator that can come down the floor and get things started.
That's what got half there for sure.
Secondary loses him. Can't convert, though. But it's going to be a foul, and credit the hustle from Jalil Mackay. Sticking with it, and now NC Central, those fouls racking up some easy scoring opportunities here for the Aggies.
I think Glasper surprised everyone in the gym. Like, how was he so wide open? He probably surprised himself. That's why he missed it. I'm sure he wants that one back.
Jalil Mackay, 6'4" sophomore from Atlanta. And you know, as a coach, when you get your bench players that can come into the game and play with a different type of swagger and confidence offensively, not just managing the game, but going out there and giving you some additional output, that's when your team starts to grow.
It is, and you just have to stay with it. I mean, these games are tough early in the year, and you're talking about teams, mostly in the MEAC and even the CAA, like they're playing these guarantee games where they're money teams. They have to go on the road and play tough games. Hard to build chemistry, particularly this transfer portal era. We have so many new players.
And so many coaches will tell you defensively, getting everybody on the same page. Glasper curling, nothing but net, well beyond the arc.
And he is certainly feeling it. And just playing, again, he just feels like he's playing with a little bit more poise, under control, finding his spots at the right time.
Glasper has now hit double figures in all 13 games. Porter, 1-2 step, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, they've run that action, that handoff action to perfection. Porter's very athletic, a gifted scorer in his own right.
He's had 3 games of 20-plus points this season. Stopping on a dime. Lamoth sinks it.
Said this game wasn't going to be exciting. They're going back and forth, playing efficient basketball.
The assist numbers continue to jump out. 6 assists on 7 made field goals for the Aggies. The pump fake. And Mackay goes flying by and will have the foul called on him.
And that action is hard to stop. You see that dribble handoff action. Almost acts like a screen there by Lamoth. And Lamoth himself, the Maryland transfer, with the stop and pop midi, something you don't see in college basketball that often.
So Keyshawn Porter will step to the line here. Well, live CBS January 5th. Don't miss Hollywood's biggest party. Nikki Glazer hosts the Golden Globes live CBS Sunday, January 5th, and streaming on Paramount Plus. Porter typically one of the starters alongside Johnson, but they shuffled the starting lineup coming into this game, and now you've got Porter and Johnson coming off the bench, and that gives them quite the offensive pop off the pine.
Again, you're just trying to find that chemistry, right? That connection. You see that 1-3-1 press that terrorized a lot. Some teams, we won't call the names, where they scored 100 points a game, and that shot right there, that's what you don't want to happen. Glasper, he's the one you don't want to leave open. You really want him handling the basketball and facilitating, not being the beneficiary of catching, shooting a wide open three from the corner.
Glasper on a heater, 15 points, 4-7 from the field. Eagles trying to respond. You see the ball movement, open look, rattles in Timmy Adediri.
Yeah, weird, but I wouldn't say weird, but a slow release.
That's why you get open in the corner.
Exactly.
And then Adediri with the quick hands on the other side, though.
That's what he does best. Utility player dropping the dime.
Fundamental pass in transition. Oguarago, the lay-in.
Sutton got turned up, as they would say. In this building, you can feel the intensity of this rivalry.
Adediri slow but steady, getting it done on both ends. Rebound to King.
See, that's the shot they don't want right there. Let's move the ball from one side of the floor to the other.
King from well outside finds the bottom of the well.
Wondering when it was going to happen. He's been very quiet to this point, and here they are putting the press on. They're feeling it right now. Creating 18 turnovers a game, but you know the Aggies don't turn the basketball over. It's the one thing they do not do.
Eagles an 8-0 run over the last minute. Poked away, the active hands from Parson. You see the Eagles starting to flex.
Yeah, they certainly start to flex. See a nice jumper three from the corner pocket. And there it is again, running on the break.
And Doug.
Whoa, we moved. We're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save. And then I wake up.
Well, both teams are sharing the basketball, as we've talked about with the assists, but the three-point shooting has been rather efficient in the early going.
It certainly is, and that's something that's plagued both teams, shall I say, this season. And when teams are shooting the basketball well, you get an increased scoring, and they've been doing a good job, both teams have.
Let's send it to Kiana Martin for more on Landon Glasper.
Hey, guys, I got to talk to Coach Monte Ross pre-game, and I asked him about Landon Glasper. He said he's a good shooter and a good scorer. His percentages might be down because he is taking those tough shots, but this team needs to put him in the position to get good looks. And so far, guys, he's got 15 of the Aggies' 27.
He certainly has, Keon, on 4 of 8 from the field, and some of those threes have been catch and shoot, which is great, I imagine, Chris, for somebody that loves to have the ball in their hand typically.
Yeah, again, it's all about the flow of the game and what helps the team play with efficiency. Everybody needs to touch the basketball and feel like they're a part of it, and I think Coach Ross thinks they're a better team if that happens.
Lamoth. Long rebound goes in the hands of Forrest. Forrest jumping through the lane and a tough roll-in.
Again, a gifted score. 19 against Arkansas the last game out. He went home along with Glasper. They're both from Arkansas. He gets that close. He can elevate with his athleticism and score over just about anybody.
They go up top to Porter, the catch and finish.
They'll drive Coach Ross crazy. You mentioned before about the central plays and how efficient they are.
Porter with 6 points off the bench now. See the ball reversal. Gets in the hands of Forrest, trying to work one-on-one, dancing with Parson. Poked at by Adediri. Adediri comes over. Little reinforcement and a tussle on the floor. Leads to a jump ball. Possession, NC Central.
Yeah, tough play. You see it going there. There's that lob there by Porter. They love to run that action for him. I'm sure that's one you want back. If you're then, you talk about that on the scouting report. Porter can really sky. Kind of like you used to do, Jordan, back in the day.
Well, I was going to say, Porter had the lob eyes. When you're defending somebody, you see those eyes open up. You can expect a pass coming here soon. And they're able to make the connection for their 8th assist of this game already. In Central, they've made their last 5 field goals They continue to roll on offense. Adediri, another pump fake, step through with the left. Can't get the scoop.
Yeah, he has that awkward game, as I say, that release. Sometimes you can go for that, but he can score if you leave him in a situation where he's got an advantage.
And a foul on Okwarago, about 35 feet away from the cup. That'll send North Carolina A&T to the line.
They're trying to ice the screen. So they're not allowing him to come off the screen, and then sending a soft trap. You can't foul. Corral him without fouling.
So Glasper will head to the bench for the Aggies.
At the line for North Carolina A&T, number 1,
Ryan Forrest. Got off to a hot start in the first couple of minutes, but has cooled down. He's got 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Coaches talked about his shot selection, just focusing in on that as the first free throw rolls off.
Yeah, it's important. It's important about that's a responsibility when you're the best player and you're the leading scorer. All CAA performer last year, first team picked to be the same this year. But if you want the team to win and be a winner, you have to keep everybody involved, even though you have to be a primary scorer.
Parson deflected. Lamoth in transition. Lamoth trying to go to the rim hard and takes the foul.
It's important to jump up and down and say, I got a piece of that. Great hustle by both guys. In the passing lane, got that outside hand. Well taught by Monte Ross. And here going up to support him with athleticism. Both pretty athletic himself. Hitting up pretty high, both those guys.
With Lamoth, the coaches were saying they want to make sure he gets his volume of shots. Forrest, Glasper, they can score, but they feel like Lamoth is just as capable as those two as filling it up.
Yeah, and it's that third score, and it comes back to, you know, these guys having an opportunity to play with each other and understand each other's strengths, and then again, just you need games, you need reps.
North Carolina A&T, they had injuries to Will Felton, who's been out for an undisclosed reason due to an injury, and then Bryson Ogletree, typically a wing player coming off the bench that gives them size, still dealing with a broken index finger on his non-shooting hand. And you see King curling, sent to the deck after his shot. Aggies trying to skip it ahead. Hidekuda's right back to Forrest. Trickles off a heartbreaker.
The fans were ready to erupt. Hidekuda's his skill. He probably should have finished that one himself, being the bigger player. But love the unselfishness, though.
Parson, step back, lost his defender, short. Parson trying to chase it down, finds Porter. Porter kicks it back up top. Adediri, a three. Another offensive rebound for the Eagles.
Adediri not shy launching those triples, but you love the energy by Central. Offensive rebounding, one of the best in the MEAC.
King with 5 to shoot. Dumps it off down low. Peoples blocked at the rim. Hidekuda's sitting out of there.
Hidekuda's heating up. That's almost 2 blocks per game. That is phenomenal. Athletic for sure, and great timing.
So a key defensive stop. North Carolina A&T can take the lead on this possession. Lamoth looking in the corner. It's Forrest. High arcing three. Drains it.
What good basketball teams do, and the crowd, an educated crowd understands that. And that's what this team is missing. And maybe they need some of those tough losses to make them understand that.
King knifes through 2 defenders, able to draw the foul. Quiet the crowd momentarily.
Hidekuda, as I said, almost 2 blocks per game, just good timing without fouling. And Forrest, there's a forest fire, as you said, heating up, 3-ball corner pocket. But again, not trying to do it himself, right? The beneficiary of someone driving or someone skipping and kicking the basketball to an open player with his feet set to knock down a triple.
King with 8 points already. Played at Word of God Academy out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and a really talented high school team. One of those guys that Sometimes if you're playing with two blue chippers, you kind of get lost in the fold, but NC Central, being relatively close, had an eye on him his entire career.
Yeah, definitely had an eye on his entire career. And then you've got to, again, find a way to find those players that fit your program.
Forrest again from the corner. Misses everything. Hida Kudus scoops it up. Glasper, opposite corner. No good. Parson pushes it down. King trying to go over Shell and able to find the angle.
They get up the floor in a hurry. King, I mean, that's not an easy shot to make. Give the Aggies credit. They tried to get back, but King's a gifted score on the move like that.
Another lead change here in the first half, under 4 to play.
You said yesterday you thought it was going to be a tough game. And it's definitely lived up to its billing. Good pass, move the basketball. Glasper usually a guy that knocks down shots, dropping a dime.
Forrest now with a dozen, notched up at 36 apiece.
The two well-coached teams. Really good coaches, very good men, by the way. I'm talking to both a nice pick and pop action.
He pulls a thing of beauty.
Driving and kicking the basketball, playing not just with each other, but for each other.
We got some high-level basketball this afternoon. Are you kidding me, Chris Walker?
Family Feud, it's coming out.
We've got passing, shooting, scoring, cutting. Just a beautiful display of the game here. Quan Smart, the drive, thought about it. Excellent hesitation. King, his triple. And a scrap down low. That's going to be off NC Central. North Carolina A&T ball. The action really starting to heat up. Both teams sharing the rock. Shot selection at its peak.
They were actually introduced by legendary coach John Calipari more than 17 years ago. When Tomlin was hired by Pittsburgh, he opened the door for young coaches with lesser experience to earn those head coaching opportunities, like Coach Moten did when he was hired by NC Central back in 2007. Now, more recently, the two put together an event for D1 coaches to help pass it along, learn and network, and help open doors for those interested in getting in and securing some coaching jobs.
What a terrific connection there, Kiana. And as we talked about it, Chris, they talk frequently, and sometimes Coach Moten has even ran job opportunities by Coach Tomlin.
Yes. You know, it's a tough business these guys are in, and sometimes, you know, all that glitters is not gold. And you know, Moten talked about how his tutelage has helped him to be happy where he is with his career, and they'd say, Jordan, don't mess with happy.
Loose ball on the floor. Eagles scoop it up, flying down the court. It's Parson that'll then retreat the dribble.
North Carolina Central, they really get after it, turning defense into offense. Good job by the Aggies. Get back. Good pass.
Parson dumps it to Peoples. Peoples just simply forgets to go up with the basketball.
IP with a nice dime leads the MEAC in assists. Always a heady player, always looking for his teammates.
Lamoth will initiate the offense. Mackay still on the floor for the Aggies. Been a spark off the bench. Glasper trying to get it over the double team. Hida Kudus right over the top to Mackay for the easy two.
Yeah, Parson went over to try to double team. Nice pass there. And again, it's good to see Glasper making plays for others because they're usually making plays for him or he's doing them by himself.
10 assists to just 5 turnovers for North Carolina A&T. NC Central have been forcing over a dozen turnovers per game from their opponents. Adediri steps back, his two no good.
Adediri's so aggressive. He's always looking to put a foot on the gas and score baskets. Good defense there, giving him one shot.
Under a minute left in a closely contested first half. Glasper right over the outstretched hand of Smart.
Yeah, he said, you know what, guys, I dropped a couple of dimes. Now it's time for me to do it myself. He put the cape on and knocked down the triple.
What a first half for Glasper. 18 points, 5 of 10 from the field. And then Forrest with the foul well away from the basket. A reminder, coming up on AT&T at the half, a look ahead to Game 2 of our HBCU showcase between Howard and Hampton. and a touching tribute to a broadcasting legend, our colleague, Greg Gumbel, who passed away yesterday. As we know, Greg loved high-quality basketball. He would thoroughly be enjoying this first half between North Carolina A&T and NC Central. 9 to shoot. King soaring towards the cup. Well defended. Hidekutis, another rebound. Mackay in transition. Hidekutis cleans it up.
I was just about to say his ability to push the basketball. That's a big and hook pressure.
Parson, 2 seconds left. One more attempt. North Carolina A&T, a late rally. They build their largest lead of the game at 7. It's led by the tandem of Forrest and Glasper, who were sensational in the first half. 30 combined points, 10 of 19 from the field.
A great half, probably the best half of basketball they've played all season against a quality opponent.
That's the end of the first half with the score 46-39. North Carolina A&T very impressive against NC Central with a 10-0 run for the Aggies to end the first half. We'll send you to New York with the AT&T at the half after these messages.
Tournament history, take a listen to this.
Hampton doesn't have much of a chance, but it's been Bedlam and Boise all day long, so who knows? Inside, the big fella. Williams. Iowa State pushing, time running down. Tinsley off the iron. Unbelievable. The 15th seed upsets the number 2.
Hampton getting that huge win. They were just the 4th 15 seed to knock down a number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. And Avery, we've had 7 more since then. You were in the league in 2001. You were busy. You were still averaging like 8 and 4 a game. But to see that on the world stage, how big was that moment?
Larry Eustachy, the Iowa State coach, was really concerned about this game. A couple of years before, Coppin State upset South Carolina in 1997. So they didn't really finish this game at a high level. They missed too many layups. They missed 2 layups in the last 36 seconds. Hampton went on a 14-2 run to end this game. So that's a recipe for success when you don't finish well in the NCAA tournament.
There's something about being a part of an HBCU, going to one of these schools. You, of course, one of the legends, Southern University, correct?
Yep. My name is on the floor.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
So
the man has his name on the floor there. But what is the sense of pride of taking place and being part of these programs?
It's a big sense of pride because you inspire so many HBCU programs to know that it's possible if you play hard, play the right way, if you have great chemistry, if you're coachable. Those things carry over into the NCAA tournament, and that's what happened in this game.
And I think that's what we love so much about March, the ability to see the Cinderellas and the stories in the schools that you don't hear from too often that we are showcasing here today from New York. And that'll do it from the first half for us. The second half of the game is coming up next. Stick with us.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Half.
Basketball coverage is sponsored by Chewy. Shop online today and get great prices on pet essentials. Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. And by the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Do the do. It's been that kind of vibe for North Carolina A&T. Let's take a look at our Geico first half stats. The second chance points. The Aggies certainly attacking the glass. Also shooting the ball fairly well from outside. 7 of 15 from 3. With that, we welcome you back to Greensboro. Jordan Kent alongside Chris Walker. But really the assist numbers for North Carolina A&T. 11 assists. They average just 11.7 per game. You love the way the Aggies are sharing the ball.
I certainly do. And you talked to Coach Ross yesterday, and that was something he was lamenting, the fact that they weren't moving the basketball well enough. Now they have two really good scorers, and when you move the basketball the way they do, a guy like Landon Glasper gets going, it really gets tough to guard him. You see they're driving and kicking the basketball. You shell up, driving and kicking to him, and that little handoff action. When he and Forrest get going, they're moving the basketball, and everyone's touching it. This team can be really, really good.
18 points for Glasper, 4 of 7 from outside, but also 2 assists. And that's what you're seeing from the primary ball handlers for North Carolina A&T is the fact that they're sharing the ball. And you're seeing a lot of double teams coming out from NC Central. But for more, as we get set for the second half, let's go ahead and send it to Kiana Martin.
Hey, guys. All right, I got the chance to talk to Central's head coach Lavelle Moten. He said he wants his team to be able to defend that three-point line. He said they gave up 21 points from three-point range, and they missed too many shots at the rim. He wants his team to come out more tough and physical. Meanwhile, as for Coach Ross at A&T, he said the offense, he's really liking the way they're moving the ball, but defensively, they got to be more sharp. Limit those transitions. Make that team see all 5 of them every single time they're on the floor.
Thank you, Kiana. And Chris, it's interesting. We saw the adjustment from NC Central to start sending heavy double teams towards Forrest and Glasper. And the response for the Aggies, those 11 assists in the first half. Is there an adjustment there?
It's Central, and you got to think about this. Not to go double them, right? And not to leave them open. Because what Central really did well thus far this season is guard the line. But now, because they're doubling and they're scrambling, you're leaving three-point shooters open, and you can't leave a guy like Glasper who sees nobody in his face or no hands. He can knock down those shots.
Aggies ended the first half on a 10-0 run. The 7-point lead is their largest of the game. As we get set for second half play, Hida Kudus down low, surrounded. Baseline pass, the cut and finish.
You just talked about, again, the double teaming. So they double team Hida Kudus, and not only he drops the dime the other way. That's how talented of a passer he is.
12 assists now for the Aggies. It eclipses their season average. We still have 19-plus minutes left in this game.
You want to see a good team, right? I always look at the assists. You see Bobo King getting his rebound there, the King cleanup crew, and putting it in the basket. You watch the great teams in college basketball, you look at their assists, and they're always high numbers.
Forrest buries the long triple. And the Aggies continue the hot shooting from the first half.
And they just don't feel resistance. And now they're confident. You know, you get them to a situation where they were struggling, and now they're confident. That basket looks very, very big for them right now.
King, the two-point response on the other end.
And King looking to heat up. That's 2 baskets in a row. I thought he was relatively quiet in the first half. Probably needs to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm sure Coach Moten told him that at halftime.
Glasper eschews the screen, loses the handle, diving for the ball, and takes a shot to his leg. As we saw Perry Smith diving for the ball, Glasper appears to shake it off, but always a scary situation.
I don't know if you want Perry Smith diving at your legs.
No.
I mean, it's just playing hard and hustling. Oh, wow, you see that knee buckled just a little bit. Glasper limping around. Tough player. There's no way you're going to get him out of this game. Family feud, rivalry, and he's playing great.
I was about to say, 18 points in the first half. You'd have to drag him off the court, essentially. Lamoth now, the main distributor in the half court, and right on cue, Glasper able to shake off the fall and hits the three.
When they got to talk about that action, you have to be there on the catch. It's like a dribble flip, but he's coming off. Glasper looking to shoot the basketball. A little bit more attention to detail by Central's defense.
21 now for Glasper. Porter nearly lost his footing. Crowd wanted to travel. King, the backdoor cut, loses it. Hida Kudus, big fella running the break, nearly loses the orange. This time poked away, and it's Parson. Parson trying to go into Forrest. Hida Kudus there, couldn't clean it up. Foul on Forrest. But that's been the tempo for this entire game, back and forth.
Yeah, I'm sure Hida Kudus wants that one back. You see right here, you see that dribble handoff action. You have to be there on the catch, right? You cannot wait because it's too late. His release is too quick. Got to switch that screen and be there and force him to put the ball.
Well, Seawalker's also an adjustment. Someone with 18 points in the first half, you don't want to give much oxygen to. in those types of situations.
You don't, and you got to ask yourself, do you want to X him, which means just take him out of the game, which the first possession, Porter was doing that. But so what they do is they run a dribble handoff and force you to switch and get someone else guarding him, and then you can't do that. It negates it because maybe he's not the top of the scouting report for that particular player.
Parson able to rattle in both free throws. Forrest trying to go chest to shoulder, draws the foul on King. And when it's tilted this way, Chris, and you've got the stars for North Carolina A&T playing with this much confidence and efficiency, that's when things start to really get going.
Then they can be really good, and that's what Coach Ross was telling us yesterday. If you get guys to play the right way, you see Coach Bode, he's not very happy right now, but if you get guys to play the right way, play for each other, play through each other, you're a more dangerous team. Because here's the thing, and I know you weren't this kind of player. Offense affects defense.
No, I was on the defensive end.
Uphill, downhill.
Finding guys like you to do the scoring.
Oh, I've never seen a shot I didn't like. But what I'm saying is when everyone feels a part of it, they sprint back a little harder. They get in the lane. They hand hedge. They dive on loose balls. And that's why offense is very important.
Well, we've seen a lot of defensive efforts for North Carolina A&T fuel this offense. Hida Kudus with a block, some deflections on the other end. They've been able to apply that pressure and create a little separation here. 11-point lead for the Aggies. Parson to the corner. Porter this time dancing around with the rock. 10 to shoot. Parson can't find the angle. Hida Kudus another rebound. He's got 11 now in the game.
Very gifted rebound. He hasn't really scored the basketball, but he can certainly.
Oh, it's been that kind of game for Glasper. Dropping dimes and stopping on him, hitting shots.
I mean, he feels it right now. Like I said, that basket looks so big. You can fit 3 basketballs through it when you're feeling that type of emotion and you're in a situation where you're in the zone the way Glasper is right now.
Parson tripped up. There's going to be a foul on Camion Shell. Couldn't quite get out of the way. And Parson's been the one player for the Eagles applying the pressure, but here is Glasper on the other end.
Yeah, you see Glasper again, just one-on-one, usually taking a three-point shot. Has not been as efficient from 3, but he's been in the last couple games. But this game, he's been fantastic. And if he can make three-point shots, catch and shoot shots off that handoff, and he can drive and make pull-ups, I mean, forget about it. He's probably the best player in the CAA.
We saw he was 7 of 12 in this game so far. He was 7 of 21 in the loss against Arkansas. Parson tries to go up with the left, can't sneak it in, but cleaning it up is Perry Smith.
Yeah, Hida Kudus had to come over to help, and when that happened, there was no one to box out Perry Smith Jr., and you see the shoulders on that young man. Once Hida Kudus loses, there's no one else that can box him out.
Yeah, you mentioned the shoulder
glass.
Yes, they used the term solid was the first word to describe Perry Smith, and the junior, an excellent addition to them. Here's Forrest, spin move, all too easy.
And they found something there with that post-up action with Forrest. They love to post him up on smaller guards. Good recognition there by Coach Ross, and they've gone to it a lot this half.
King to Smith, Smith spinning the footwork, dancing around defenders.
Yeah, again, you see Coach Bode said, let's get up, let's turn the tempo up and get after them. But going to Smith Jr., another smart decision by Coach Bowden because he can certainly score inside as well.
That's the one thing that North Carolina A&T has done a really nice job of in the first half. Just 6 turnovers. Hida Kudus catches in the smash attack.
That's a great call from the bench. The slip, ball screen, no help on the weak side. And even if it was, there was no chance to stop Hida Kudus with the jam sandwich.
Aggies are a perfect 6 for 6 to start this second half.
That's something that's plagued North Carolina Central team. They're shooting 49% defensively on them.
King foul, but we'll step aside and take a short break.
Hey, Jordan, I think we got a forest fire. My guy is heating up from Arkansas. Brian Forrest getting busy in the lane. It's simply about, you see Camion Shell get into the lane. Defenders, right, splitting the defenders in the eyesight to know, trailing the three-point shooter, Glassford to knock down the triple. That is what Coach Ross has been talking about. Let's play together. Let's look for each other. We have elite scorers. We have guys that can put the ball in the basket, but we got to help them a little bit. But they also have to play team basketball as well. Joe doing a great job there finding Glassford.
The efficiency for Glassford, 23 points, 7 of 12 from the field. 5 of 8 from outside, and that puts tremendous pressure on this NC Central defense. And oh boy, King, their leading scorer, trying to do all that he can on the other end. And it feels like NC Central getting to the rim, drawing fouls, and slowing down this game might help them out.
It certainly will help them out. And you did mention a great point yesterday. You say, you know what, don't look at the Aggies' record. They played a tough schedule, right? They really played a tough schedule, and you're trying to figure it out. You got some injuries you're trying to negotiate. And Coach Ross, as I said before, we spent a lot of time talking, getting their mental right. You know, we could talk about getting out there and running up and down, but you got to get their heads right to understand to play the game the right way.
It was about a 20 to 30-minute speech to start practice yesterday. And he mentioned they've dealt with the physicality, especially coming off that Arkansas game of just learning how to play against that. And Hissy Shell just bury another one. But this team needed to learn how to share the ball more. And that's been the difference, the efficiency and the assist numbers for the Aggies.
I mean, it helps, man. Again, it's a team sport for a reason. I mean, Shell had to take that shot. You go under the ball screen, you dare him to shoot it. College basketball, that's no matter what the percentage is, you can't dare guys to take that shot.
Shell covers up another rebound. They push it down the floor. Forrest over a couple of trees and takes the foul.
Everything that they're putting up is going in. Playing exceptional. Just, again, no rim protection inside. That's something that they lack. The size to someone to block that shot. Forrest, once he gets in there, Jordan-esque. Up with the legs, kicking. Not Jordan Kent.
I was about to say, let's make sure we're very clear. There was another gentleman with the last name of Jordan. He was a much better basketball player than me. So Ryan Forrest, who we saw during practice, every time he came down the floor in the walkthrough situations, was working on those athletic finishes at the peak, floating through the air. So that is in his game, absolutely.
He's a high-level recruit, was a Memphis commit. He committed and with the Northwestern State, average 11, moving around the portal. That's a really good get for North Carolina A&T.
King, the long three-pointer, skies to the board, able to draw the foul, and NC Central doing a fine job of attacking this offensive glass. It's still staring down this 16-point deficit.
Yeah, it's something they have been really good at is climbing the elevator. You see Porter, just a tremendous athlete. Mo's trying to figure out how do we stop this team from scoring, because playing at home, they're a much better team, but at the end of the day, on the road right now, Central's struggling to stop them.
Stream CBS Sports HQ, your free 24/7 snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. Porter splits a couple, and right there is Murray. And they might have to muck this game up, the Eagles.
And that's what they do. They definitely have to bring the physicality to the most. Not big enough to box out Ja'Kai Murray there. Just getting physical and pushing him under the basket in a situation like that. You may have to take him out. You see right there, just too big, too physical. Lamoth, there's not much he could do there.
Second foul on Lamoth as Ja'Kai Murray heads to the line. He's the only player this year for NC Central to log a double-double. JC transfer from New York. They just want points and minutes from him off the bench. That efficiency, plays like that give an extra possession to the Eagles.
It's like an offensive tackle, you know. He's got it you'd never hear about.
Well, that's more of a tight end body, my friend.
Okay,
I know you didn't play football.
Well, I'm just talking about the theory.
Offensive lineman can be much bigger. Forrest spinning, tripped up, loses the rock. Back come the Eagles. You did play quarterback, which is the hardest position in all sports, I've got to say. I've got to give you credit for that.
The offensive tackle, you never hear about the guy until somebody gets sacked.
This is very true. Little helter-skelter for a moment, but NC Central controls, 12 to shoot.
And high-low action with the dump it inside.
Trying to get it to Smith. Porter gets tied up, 5 to shoot. It's going to be Johnson, a contested triple. In and out, Porter fighting for it, can't get it. Lamoth secures it.
Yeah, the Aggies are just playing very scrappy basketball, inspired basketball.
Shell was looking for the backdoor cut. This time, two-man game with Hida Kudus. Draws 2 defenders. Shell nearly loses his footing. Lamoth, ball reversal. Glasper can't get the connection. Hida Kudus, another rebound. Right to Forrest.
Hida Kudus, so gifted. Basketball IQ. We haven't seen him, and he can really score the basketball. We haven't seen that. He hasn't needed to do it with the efficiency of this offense.
He has 12 of North Carolina A&T's 27 rebounds in this game. King back to Johnson. Johnson trying to get it down low. Can't find an angle. Johnson right by Lamoth.
How did that get in?
Saturday banking.
How did that get in? Johnson again gets a head of steam and gets in the lane. Makes a circus shot there. But it's all about this end of the floor for Central. They have to get some stops.
Aggies 9 for 10 from the field here in the second half. Glasper defended by Johnson. They haven't sent the double team yet. And this time the hand check call on Johnson as Glasper was taken on the sideline.
Hida Kudus right here. Again, dropping the dime, the presence of mind. I just know how hard that is in traffic. And Johnson just being a bully. Wrap around right there on most arms. The ref didn't see it, but again, just his strong body and shoulders, once he gets downhill, pretty tough to stop.
Glasper catching, firing, and a bit of a forced shot there. Thought he got fouled. Coach Ross thought he got fouled as well, too. But either way, just the second miss of the second half for North Carolina A&T. A big reason why they lead by 14.
Confident.
McClendon, North Carolina Central coach. Hugh Evans, also playing for the Aggies. Sam Jones in the mid-50s. And then Al Attles, one of the all-time greats here at North Carolina A&T. If you look up in the rafters, you see one of the few jerseys retired. As we take a look at, Chris, your top 5 all-time starting lineup from HBCU schools. A lot of notables.
Yeah, I don't want the Aggies to get mad because I don't have Al Attles there or Sam Jones, right? But here's my guy right there. I know he's in studio. Avery, I know you're listening. Ben Wallace, our producer, his favorite Willis Reed. He said, you forgot Willis Reed. I thought it was my top 5. Charles Oakley, oh, man.
Now, Kiana,
Great
we got to get
players.
some thoughts from you. Kiana, any take on it?
Yeah, I have a feeling that some Aggies fans might have a little issue with this list. Sam Jones missing. We got Al Attles, like you mentioned. Even Bob Love from Southern. What's up with that, Chris?
Oh, that's all right. Course correction. Course correction.
Well, correction on offense for NC Central. They're able to get an easy 2, and lead is still 12, but the question is, can the Aggies keep up this efficiency they've had to start the second half?
They're certainly, hard to think they can, and at some point, you figure Central will be able to have some pushback here. That's got to be
Oh, Shell shocked as he takes the foul. What a finish as Kami and Shell able to shed the defender.
They're just playing really good basketball. Was taking advantage of every situation where there's a driving kick, where there's a huge chasm in the lane when he drives, no one is there. He gets the chance to get the bonus.
3-point play executed to perfection for Shell, and the lead balloons back to 15.
Team's still been quiet. And gives A&T credit. They've done a good job of neutralizing them.
Oh, blocked by Hida Kudus, and he scoops it up. Forrest, 1-on-3, throws it up, beaten off the glass, but a goaltend. Porter can't believe it.
Much will be said about Landon Glasper and how he scores and Ryan Forrest. But Hida Kudus, I'm telling you, The unsung hero of this team with the block in the advance. Averaged almost 2 blocks a game. Without scoring this game, he's leaving his imprint. Get an unsung hero.
And he stepped into the starting lineup when Will Felton won out with that injury and has since then been able to thrive. And it feels like this offense has learned to play through him and move the ball around some more. And that's led to the efficiency. And this time it's going to be a foul against the Aggies as NC Central continues to attack that offensive glass.
I mean, injuries are part of the game, right? And good coaches, that's where you got to recruit. And good coaches have other players, they have reserves. And sometimes the coach, it's hard to pull the trigger, like, should I put this guy in or not? Or should I give him more time? And injury sometimes solves that for you. And another guy gets an opportunity, and it surprises you.
Well, Kiana, you have more on Hidakudis here.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Ross, and he said he is the most consistent player on the court. He said when he played on the national team in Greece this summer, he said his confidence just went through the roof since he's come back. He said it came into the game leading the team in blocks. He can score inside, but it's his basketball knowledge and IQ. He sees things before other guys can even see it.
And right now, he's looking at a career high in rebounds, 13 in this game already. And Chris, the fact that he met Stratos Kaliansis in the under-18 Greek League, and they both decided to come here, I'm sure that pairing helps them just get acclimated to the change in culture coming overseas and allows them to thrive on the court.
And then we talked to a few people that are here, and they said that they like it here. They love it, and they've made the adjustment. Certainly it's an adjustment for all kids. And I'm telling you right now, these guys are thriving in this environment. Hidakudis, I'm telling you right now, he is a fan favorite here as well, and deservedly so.
16 to shoot. Lamoth draws 2. Hidakudis trying to fight for real estate down low. Shell picks up the dribble. Forrest steps into the triple. Too strong.
Oh, wow.
Lamoth was lurking there for a second. Johnson, this is blocked by Glasper. Coach Bowden wanted a foul. Here's Forrest eyeing the rim. Skies to the cup.
They are just, again, clicking on all cylinders. You get a block. Can it be any more unselfish? The way these men have played both on the offensive and a defensive end, as I said, playing for each other and playing through each other has its benefits.
17 assists for the Aggies thus far. Came into this game averaging just under 12 assists per game. Johnson trying to play a little bully ball. Johnson defended and a late whistle comes in. Crowd thought it was just some good old-fashioned physical play.
The crowd didn't like it at all. The rivalry, the feud is starting to come out. See, blocked there by Glasper. His athleticism, the forest fire, as I called him. Both guys from Arkansas doing their thing.
You look at Forrest in transition. He's just eyeing the rim the entire time, able to navigate traffic, and the way he finishes just gliding to the cup with these long takeoffs. Really impressive to see live.
Yeah, and as I said, he was a high-level recruit, and if you had athleticism like that, you'd be eyeing the rim too, trying to catch someone sleeping. He is certainly a gifted athlete.
Deontay Johnson will head to the line. 83% free throw shooter on the season. Now we have a little confusion as they're trying to sort out who the foul was called on, I believe. So the officials will have a brief conference.
I thought it was on Shell. He was in the game.
Our crew of Tony Crisp, Trey Styons, and Anthony Eads will come on over and explain the situation. We're trying to figure out who this foul was on, and it's pretty clear when you look at the replay. It's a one-on-one situation.
You mentioned bully ball. Well, they're going to take a look at it nonetheless. And see right there, I mean, that's definitely a foul. You know,
it's definitely on Shell, too.
Yeah, definitely Johnson. I mean, it comes down with your hands. You can't do that. Much to the dismay of the fans, but I mean, right there on the arms, you see it clear as day.
So they clean things up. The foul is on Shell, his third foul. North Carolina A&T had lost 8 straight games coming into today. But you mentioned the fact this time of the season as well, too. Students aren't on campus. You're trying to find your groove once again, and they've certainly been able to find it so far in this one.
And I give the crowd credit. The crowd has been into it. You talk about being on break. They have shown up.
Playoff football is in the air as the races come down to the wire, and you can stream every NFL on CBS playoff game from the wild card to the AFC Championship live on Paramount Plus. And see, I thought you being from Houston, you would be a Houston Texans fan. But
why do you think that? I'm from the state of
Texas. Yes, that means
so I
you
can choose.
Have to cheer for the Cowboys, correct?
I mean, everyone's a Cowboy fan deep down inside. I don't know why people get mad at me when I say that. We're taking a break this year, you know. You guys talk about somebody else.
Punt the season, figure things out.
talk about somebody else. Oh, James.
Well, we can continue to talk about Forrest. Fadeaway jumper right on cue. A little string music.
I mean, he is playing. He's just giving Porter a little grin.
And then King up and under, bothered by Hitakutis. Lamothe able to scoop it up.
I'm Coach Ross, like you said before. I'm going to talk 20 minutes for every practice. I'm going to bring them around and get their mental in the right place, because when they play like this, I'll tell you, this Central team's a good team.
NC Central picked to finish 3rd in their conference this year. Very competitive MEAC year after year. And conference they've won 4 times underneath Coach Moten. They've won the conference tournament championship 4 times as well.
Coach Moten was a player. CIAA Player of the Year. Been there 16 years.
Johnson chops at it. Going to be out of bounds. 5 seconds to work with for the Aggies.
Coach Moten's had a lot of success. One of those guys we talk about all the time. You know, again, going in the coaching circles, well respected, a giver.
Glasper, his 3 nearly on target. Hitakutis eats it up, blocked. Able to regain it, and he'll kick it back out to restart the offense and exercise a little patience.
And just an active, live body. Always has his hands on the ball and his head up, looking to make plays.
Thought about passing it, goes right through a triple team and draws the foul.
I told you, the fans like it, but it's some energy in here when he gets the basketball.
What stands out to me is the patience, once again. Being able to catch, not panic, and look for the open cut.
You survey the floor. I mean, there's a lot going on. When you can really think the game slows down, right? When you see guys out there that travel and make bonehead plays, sometimes it happens because it's just happening too fast in their brain. It's not their athleticism, it's not their talent, right? Basketball from the neck up is the most difficult part to conquer.
Saw the career high 15 rebounds, also has 4 assists, and really has all the tools. You hear the term 5-tool player in baseball. You can shoot it, you can dribble it, you can be a playmaker, and to have that type of option with the size and defensive capabilities he has, that is truly a gem they've found.
It's truly a gem, and again, when he's able to stretch out, not really a 3-point shooter, glad to see him knock down the free throw shot, because he's shooting the 40s from the line, which is unbelievable, but certainly talented. And look at that defense. I haven't seen many guys guard Curry Smith doing like that and then go and grab the rebound.
Lamothe looking for Hitakutis. Wide open. It is Mackay. Can't get it. Hitakutis blocked out well. NC Central initiates the break.
The top of this building was ready to come off had he made that.
King from outside. A much-needed triple for the Eagles. And a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, great shot there by King, but Mr. Forrest, it's a fire. Somebody call the fire, people. It's going off. It's smoking. Ryan, come on.
advantage for North Carolina A&T over NC Central. It's been the Ryan Forrest and Landon Glasper show. The two leading scorers for the Aggies on the season have combined for 52 points on 19 of 32 shooting. We talked to the assistant coaches. They said if those two can be efficient and wise in their shot selection, that's when this offense is going to find its rhythm. And this has been evidence in front of our eyes.
It certainly has. And, it's hard. Guys have an ability to get their own. But when you're playing against really intelligent coaches that coach great defense, it's not that easy to just score. You need your teammates playing together. It gives everyone confidence. Again, when everyone knows you're going to shoot the ball, everyone touches the ball, the rhythm is what you want to find. And they've certainly found that today.
Soft press comes out from the Eagles. Shell up top, dishes it over to Lamoth. Glasper thought about it for a moment, quickly covered, 12 to shoot.
There's a dangerous part right there. Again, you have to find him.
Lamoth steps into it, batted around. Eagles bring it down the floor.
Yeah, good possession there, switching up the defense, forcing a tough shot. Now see if they can take advantage of it and get a basket.
Porter goes baseline, blocked by Hida Kudus. That has just been locking things down underneath the rim.
It's like Shaq today.
We'll take another break at the moment. They like to call him the Greek Freak sometimes because of what he's been able to do coming over from Greece. It's college basketball coverage is sponsored by Degree Ultra Clear. Movement leaves marks your antiperspirant shouldn't. McDonald's. And by Progressive. Bundle home and auto and save.
All right, I don't know a lot of things, but when you make double-digit threes, it probably means you have a better chance of winning the game, and that's what they've done thus far.
Well, coming up next on CBS, Howard visits Hampton in Game 2 of the HBCU Showcase. Then next Saturday, a college hoops tripleheader begins at noon Eastern with North Carolina and Notre Dame, followed by number 25 Baylor battling third-ranked Iowa State and 20th-ranked San Diego State on the road at Boise State. College hoop season is in full swing here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
You see those games? Rose got good games. Oh, my goodness. Programming department does a tremendous job. Those are good games there. Boise, tough place to play. You ever been to Boise?
I'm going there later this year.
There you go.
Yeah, I've been to the city before, but not to the arena for a game at night. We've got a matchup against Nevada I'll be calling later this year, and then obviously a lot of Big 12 action. We were at Iowa State the other day. You talk about a team that has every piece a coach could hope for.
I've been there as a head coach and beat up on pretty much by the Cyclones.
16-point lead here for North Carolina A&T. They've been in control for the majority of the second half.
This zone is giving them a couple of problems. Maybe they should have gone to it earlier.
Hida Kudus down low, the catch and slam.
Right on cue.
What problem, Chris?
Right on cue, a heady play to throw the lob. Presence of mind out of the double team.
Just 7 turnovers on the day for North Carolina A&T.
That's something they do a very good job of. The problem is they've never passed the ball to each other, and they're doing that today, and that's why there's a different result. And Hida Kudus, again, continues to leave his imprint on the game. He's not blocking it. He's making them hurry, change your shots. He's been a difference in the force defensively.
Continues to build upon his career-high 17 rebounds. Forrest defended on the outside, kicks it over to Lamoth. Hida Kudus this time, backing down, up with the left, can't find the angle.
That's the play I've been waiting for. The fake, get to the rim, put him in a spin cycle. Couldn't finish it off, though.
King spinning, scooping, no good. Another rebound. Hida Kudus down the floor. It's Forrest. Oh, blocked, and Porter. Once again, you can always find him screaming towards the rim. The whistle for another foul.
Challenging, shot challenging.
The question is clearing up whether foul or goaltend.
Look like it's goaltend.
And you see Forrest right now holding his shoulder, but one more look. Did this get to the glass first before he blocked it?
That's I don't want to say Jordan-esque. I'm going to change and say LeBron-esque with the chase down. Wow. 2 gifted athletes. Two gifted athletes there.
And now you look at Forrest at the bench here. He is subbing out. He's got 29 points, a game high. Right now holding that shoulder. King can't connect. It's going to be out of bounds, Eagle ball. To shoot for NC Central. King to inbound.
Looks like go.
Nita Kudus will come right back in for Kaliansis.
Fans love that. He played great. He played great. Kaliansis, quick sub there.
Johnson will try the triple, and he's able to net one. And NC Central needed that one bad.
Yeah, they certainly did. And Johnson played a solid game and just hasn't been Central's day because the Aggies are clicking on all cylinders, scoring at will. I mean, just Central's provided very little resistance to this team. If they can continue to play this way, Jordan, they're going to be tough in the CAA. Tough scheduling is why the record is a little bit lopsided.
Johnson screaming down the floor. King able to get the loose ball, goes right back up with it, and he's fouled.
That's where Johnson just attacks the rim every single chance. It's very impressive offensive play. Hard, he's shifty. Again, he gets that running start from half court. You got to build a wall against a guy like him. You just can't let him get going like that.
That was on Jalil Mackay, and you see at the scorers table, Ryan Forrest ready to check in. Now it's a game high 31 after they ruled it a goaltend at the cup there. And good to see him not too concerned about that shoulder injury. He'll check in for Mackay.
He's got 31, man. You kidding me? He's got 31.
Well, in junior college, he had a 41-point game that we've seen before. And just a player that is very capable of filling the bucket. And here we go, an offensive putback. Adediri, who's been active, especially in the first half, really helped bring this game to a tight one. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Lamoth. 2-on-1 situation. Not able to hit the brakes on time.
Good defensive play. But Lamoth got to throw that up. Got to throw the lob. Didn't have to get so close. Lafler's athletic enough to go get it. Even if he doesn't dunk it, he can lay it up. But Central, there's no quitting them. You know, it's 4 minutes to go. I call it the 4-minute mark of the game winning time. 14-point disadvantage for Central. You never know how things can tilt very quickly.
It's been a 6-0 run for NC Central. See on the sideline there, Coach Ross having a conversation with the official.
Coach Ross was saying, come on, man, we need to clock run.
Listen, you're on an 8-game losing streak. You're playing this well. You just want to close this game out. They've talked about it. They've had issues before closing out these types of games, and the travel on King as Forrest is flying towards him. We'll step aside for another break. North Carolina A&T trying to close things out here at home.
I am an American soldier. I serve the people of the United States.
I will always place the mission first. Delivery. I will never accept defeat. I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
Mark presented by Degree. What else can you say about Ryan Forrest?
I'll tell you, if you smell something in here, it's a Forrest fire because he has been lighting it up with an array of moves. This young man, what a game.
You check out our game reset. Right now, 14-point lead for North Carolina A&T. Under 4 minutes left to play. Possession favors NC Central. Aggies with the ball currently.
Those two guards there just dominating the game. Glasper and Forrest, that's what they've been looking for. But the number one thing is the second line, right? The second line, efficiency is what they've wanted. The high line, great, the number of points that they've scored, but the best part about it is that they've been playing under control and playing with and for their teammates.
So the officials came over and explained to us that the goaltending call earlier as Forrest went to the rim, as the goaltending call against Porter, has been reviewed and rescinded. We looked at that. We thought he got to the ball before it got to the glass. So they've taken the points off the board, and now it's reflected 81-69 in-house 12-point lead for North Carolina A&T. And you take the 2 points away from Forrest, who's now back to 29.
Well, that could be a crucial change of events. We'll see what happens here. The Aggies got to continue to play basketball. You can't hold the ball. You got to continue to score. And again, things could turn very quickly.
So Adediri trying to chase it down. There's mayhem at midcourt. Shell wants to call the timeout. Coach Ross over there furiously trying to call for a timeout as well, too. So the Aggies will hang on to the rock here.
Introducing the all-new Buick Enclave with premium details throughout and room to bring everything along for the ride. The Enclave puts you at the center of it all. Buick, exceptional by design.
A&T trying to snap an 8-game losing streak in the 161st meeting of this rivalry between North Carolina Central and North Carolina A&T. 3 seconds left on the shot clock and a tough spot to inbound it. What's the thought here for the Aggies to try and get an effective shot?
I mean, obviously, they can set a double pin down for Glasper coming out from the weak side corner. But again, look for a flash. I was going to say a flash by Kudus.
And it's Glasper that has to hoist it up. Long rebound comes right back to him.
The same factor of action, they just ran him along the baseline. That little baseline pin down.
Double team comes, deflection. Glasper chasing it down right in front of us. Kudus, the fake, the dish fouled. King had a beat on it. That would have been a turnover, but a late foul whistled against Anthony Peoples.
You see Central, they're starting to get more and more aggressive. And as I said before, if you're the Aggies, you can't play keep away. You have to shoot the basketball. And sometimes this could be a turnover because Kudus is not a good free throw shooter.
You mentioned it, just 42% on the year coming in. He's got 7 points, 18 rebounds, the front end of a 1-and-1. Kudus, dominating the boards, dominating the math this afternoon.
Got to make this one.
He's already beat the averages. That's at this point. 4 blocks also. That's fueled a lot of fast break opportunities. Feathers that one short. He's able to split a pair. See, Central has to hurry up. Not too many possessions left in this game. Johnson needed an inch more to try and get that in, but will take the foul.
We're talking about a shell defense. Johnson, he sees that lane. You see right there. I mean,
I see what you did there.
Watching.
Yes. Come on.
Ball watching. I don't want your job, man. You're safe. You're safe, Jordan. You're safe. But Forrest has done a tremendous job on the offensive end, but ball watching there and allowing Johnson to get to the rim.
I was about to say, you're up late, putting together playground equipment.
There you go.
Got the dad jokes.
No, I'm good. Got my girl Dallas.
Got to get you a grill.
That's right.
Johnson. He also hits 1 of 2, and that's going to be a loose ball foul. They're going to whistle it against Johnson as he ran into Shell. The Aggies in the bonus, which is huge.
This hustle plays, dude. You can see Central starting to play with a little more aggression. Hope it's not too little, too late for them. But getting on the floor. A&T, you can tell this rivalry. This is still a game. We talk about a rivalry or a family feud, even though they're in the MEAC and the CAA now. Don't tell the crowd that.
So Kamian Shell will step to the line. He started all 44 games that he's played for North Carolina A&T. We've talked about the fact that he just does such a wonderful job of protecting the basketball, misses the free throw.
literally going to say, like, it's all for naught if you don't knock down free throws. Central can find some baskets here.
Johnson thought about the triple. Well defended by Lamothe.
Great job cutting off that angle. They can take it. They don't need a three. They can take a two for sure.
10 to shoot. Johnson fires the three. Popcorns out into the hands of Hidakudis. Tough rebound.
Playing inspired basketball. The fans are loving it. Desperation now started trying to speed up the Aggies. Hopefully they will shoot quickly, take a bad shot. The time is definitely running short here.
Reminder, Hidakudis just 42% free throw shooter on the year. They get the ball down to him. Pirouettes, can't get the finish though. Johnson sprints it back down the other way, attacking the rim, up and under. He's short. That's rebound number 20 for Hidakudis.
What a game. What a game for that young man. And the fans, look at that. Say, get up and show him some love. Great atmosphere.
The first time since January of 2002, Bruce Jenkins was the last player to have 20-plus rebounds in a game for North Carolina A&T. Glasper, physical play towards the cup, out of bounds for the Aggies, as they have now gone the last 4.5 minutes without a basket.
You got to give Monte Ross some credit. I mean, he's been around some very good programs, been around some very good coaches, Bill Martelli being one, coached some great players. And he certainly knew what they needed. And he again, to stop this streak, and it looks like they're in a good position to do that today as they look forward to conference.
Foul is on Peoples, sends Hidakudis to the line, and that's the thought process. You try to foul him before he can even get a shot up based upon the averages.
And I think it's smart. I mean, Hidakudis, again, not really a three-point shooter, not a pick-and-pop guy, can do everything else. Again, if he's going to really perfect this game, because he certainly had a tremendous one today, he's going to have to be able to at least make foul shots, because that's something that they will employ on him in the future in the league.
Coach Ross talked about how they can close out games better. It came down to rebounding and making sure they hit their free throw. That's been a bit of a challenge for Hidakudis. Now one for his last three. King in the lane, floater, short, rebound, Peoples fighting for it. And Lamothe with the board.
This shot changing, not being able to, again, rim protection is huge. And the fans, but a minute ago, looked like this was in the bag.
And this crowd is on their feet applauding this efficient game from the Aggies. Just 8 turnovers with 18 assists.
All it takes to jumpstart this season, the ball's out on the Aggies, is just to beat your rival. Beat your rival in the losing streak. Monte Ross, tremendous game plan, but it helps. We can talk about all the X's and O's, but you got to get the O's to thinking the right way, and you got to get the X's to thinking the right way. And those guys playing together and playing as a team has been very helpful. It's got to transfer from coach's mouth to the court to them actually doing it, and that was important today.
Keep in mind, now that these two schools aren't in the same conference anymore, you only see each other once a year. Shot is no good for Rideau. Hidakudis with another rebound, sent to the floor, dumps it off to Glasper. Up ahead, Forrest wanted to throw that one down, and as you said, no stopping the Forrest fire, no Smokey the Bear coming off the bench for NC Central. You see the handle in the stands comes up. Not even the handle can stop Ryan Forrest.
That's flying through the air with those legs. That's the way he plays. Just athletic. Oh, wow. Don't know his own strength there. He said, oops, my bad. It's all right. Let somebody do that. You got to knock down these free throws.
Listen, he can get the ball through the hoop. Doesn't have to worry about feathering that one in.
Don't worry about that one. Great game, though.
Had 31 points. They took away the goaltend. Had 29. Just hit the free throw up to 30. But to your point, just an excellent game. The stars were shining for North Carolina A&T. Forrest and Glasper, their leading scorers, combining for 53 points on 19 of 35 shooting.
And Central, North Carolina, they called the timeout. They just ran into a buzzsaw today.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds as North Carolina A&T closes us out.
Homes.com is a new, elevated home shopping experience.
And what a striking performance from Hida Kudus. 21 points, 8 points, 21 rebounds. First Aggie in nearly 22 years to go north of 20 rebounds in a game. Coaching staff said he will be the key for us making a run in conference play this year.
Yeah, coaches are not wrong. They know their teams, and I'll tell you the other thing is the key. You know, 19 of 20 assists. You get double-digit assists the way they have today. I mean, 20 assists in a game, I'm guaranteeing you there's a very, very, very good chance of you winning most games because you're probably defending when teams are playing them.
Number 7,
So Glasper will head to the line. And that was the big thing, the efficiency for both Forrest and Glasper. Forrest 12 of 18 coming off a game in which he was 9 of 28 against Arkansas. Obviously a slightly different level of competition, but that doesn't take away from the wise shot selection that both he and Glasper showed today. It felt like they were aggressive when they needed to be, but then distributed when they had to.
Agreed, and that's where trust comes in. You know, you're losing and things aren't going your way, and you hear your coach and the coach speak, and now it comes to fruition where what he's saying actually came true against a quality opponent.
North Carolina Central normally forcing 18 turnovers per game. North Carolina A&T with just 8. And how fitting, a rebound to Hida Kudus to close this game out, and he will dribble out the clock. And the streak comes to an end as the Aggies pick up the victory. Your final score, 85-72 for Chris Walker, Kiana Martin, our entire CBS crew. This is Jordan Kent saying so long from Greensboro. After these messages, we'll get you to Game 2 of our HBCU Showcase doubleheader. Chris Lewis, Clark Kellogg, Tiffany Blackman will bring you Howard at Hampton.
Marine.